Hello, this is Zach on here. Welcome to the review, and today double review, but today we are reviewing FNAF movie 1 and 2 movies. I have seen both. I've seen the FNAF movie 1 I think 5 times already. I realized how many times I've seen it in the past couple years it's been out. I've seen it 5 times already. So I know what happens in FNAF movie 1. And the FNAF movie 2, I've only seen once. I probably won't be able to see it till it comes out on streaming. But see it again until it comes out on streaming on Peacock, I guess. That's probably when I'll be able to see it again until they remove it. But yeah. What do I think of these movies? What do I think of them? Peak. Absolute peak. Okay, I know both these movies have some flaws, like some of the writing department some of the writing doesn't quite make a lot of sense for some of the characters, like especially Mike. Some of the writing does not make a lot of sense, but you know what? I don't give a crap. It is my kind of movie. Like it's some of the most bonkers stuff I've seen in a FNAF property. Like you got these kill animatronics, they do nothing, they have fun, and they don't really do anything. They just have fun, and I kind of like that about the first movie. Is that they are built up as killer animatronics, and then all they want to do is have fun. A part of me just thinks back to some of those old FNAF videos on YouTube about these killer animatronics, and they all they want to do is have fun. It just makes me think back of those videos for some reason. Those YouTube videos of those FNAF videos of killer animatronics being killer animatronics, but they also want to have fun, which is kind of cool. I actually do like that. They actually bring that into play. Uh, FNAF movie 1, I do like Freddy. He's pretty cool. He's got a unique design, and his design is pretty cool. It's pretty accurate to the game. Same thing with Bonnie, pretty accurate to the game. Chica, accurate to the game. Foxy, pretty accurate to the game. Golden Freddy, pretty accurate to the game. All the animatronics are pretty cool. I like them all. They're interesting enough. They're all interesting. I think they're done right and done well. My only nitpick, probably the writing with Mike and the aunt the and her sister and the aunt. That probably does the little side part with the aunt does kind of get in the way of a little bit of the story, and it does kind of sidetrack the FNAF, the Killer Finance of Freddy animatronics a little bit. It's just, hey, we got these killer animatronics, and then the aunt interferes with the story. Like, I do think, but it's not too much of an interference, but I would hate it. I just don't really like the aunt, and I'm glad she gets her comeuppance in the end, and pretty much by the second movie, y'all know what happens, so I'll get to it. But, yeah. Also, I think the best character in this movie is probably Vanessa and Shaggy himself. That's not me joking or anything. Shaggy is actually in this movie. I am not even joking. Shaggy himself voice plays Bing Bonnie, and oh, oh my god, it's something funny to believe that Shaggy himself voices Spring Bonnie, which is hilarious to see. Shaggy voice Springtrap. Oh my god. Oh, Shaggy's voicing Springtrap. How funny is that? And he puts and it's not one of those Shaggy roles like from the Scooby Doo movies. No, it's Shaggy over the top. It's that Shaggy actor's over the top role. even though he was over the top in those movies, but he goes over the top of these lines. He goes over the top of his lines. And it's the most funniest thing I've ever seen. Oh my god. And the whole time I'm just waiting for Scooby to show up. It's like, what's Scoob? I'm just waiting the whole time for Scooby to show up. It's like, Scooby shop? What? Oh, it's so funny to see. To see, just see. That's definitely one I do enjoy. I really do enjoy. It has some good moments. And the stuff of Vanessa I actually did like, even though she does the twist of her being part of the Afton family doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. I thought what made the games cool is that she wasn't a part of the Afton family. Now the movies make her seem like she is part of the Afton family, which they're gonna tie that into the games eventually. That Vanessa is gonna be part of the Afton family, so they won't confuse the game audience with the movie audience. So is that canon now? I don't know. I don't think Vanessa needed to be part of the Afton family. She could have just been adopted or raised in the Afton family, not actually be part of the Afton family, which I hope they kind of bring up in the third movie. Like maybe she was raised by the Afton family, not actually part of the Afton family by blood, just raised by the Afton family, like adopted or something. That'd be something I'm more okay with than her actually being part of the Afton family and being raised. Just the way they make it seem like she's blood related to the Afton family in the first movie and even in the second movie. And I do really, but besides that, Mike's character, um, can't stop thinking about Sean, aka Klinkoff, who's been watching him. He looks a lot like Sean Vitali. I don't know his last name. Sean, aka Quinn Craftables. He looks a lot like him. Um, if you actually get an image of Sean, he actually looks a lot like uh, Mike or Jake Huckerson. He looks a lot like him. Josh Huckerson. They look a lot alike. That's very distracting and very hard to watch Mike, knowing that he looks a lot like Quinn Craftables. It's very hard to watch. And now, as someone who doesn't know anything about Kenshin Studios or seen Kenshin Studios, they probably won't have that thought in the back of their heads like, is that shit Kron from Quinn Craftables? But if you are part of Kenshin Studios and you do know what he looks like, and you do know the cast, and you do know Quinn Craftables, and you do know what he looks like, that's very distracting and does kind of get you wait. This isn't Sean. This isn't Sean. This isn't Sean. This is someone else. This isn't Sean. This isn't Sean. But yeah. But besides that, I do like Mike. He's interesting, even though his story beats don't make quite a lot of sense because apparently he sleeps a lot just so he can find out what happened to his brother. Apparently, and we never figure out what actually happens to his brother. It just resolves as like, okay, I want to make sure worry about my sister instead of my brother, and just abandon that whole plot line. We never really do find out what happened to his brother. Like, did probably after him did kill him. Women after him did kill him, and we never find out what happens. We never really find out. We never really do. Yeah, that's probably that. And then it all accumulates together in a big climax with the animatronics, and then Springtrap gets killed, gets Springbot, gets FNAF 3-fied into a animatronic to Springtrap, and then that's pretty much our climax. It doesn't really have. Also, Golden Freddy's in here, and he has about 5 minutes of screen time, and he's barely in the movie. He's barely in the movie. He only has 5 minutes of screen time, and he's barely in the movie. Barely, just barely in the movie. That's about it for Golden Freddy. So yeah, it's barely in the movie. Barely in it. Barely in it. Which is kind of. Eh. But besides that, I do like this movie. I do like FNAF movie 1. I won't say it's perfect because it does have its flaws, so I'll probably get like a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. So, yeah. But FNAF movie 2, yeah, probably a 4 out of 5. I do like FNAF movie 2, but oh my god. The one star that does hold it back does make me a little bit mad. Everything about this movie is perfect in FNAF movie 2. Like, I love the toy animatronics. It's so much fun. It's facing the general audience, giving the general audience what they want, killer animatronics, giving us what they want, killer animatronics. We see these animatronics run through the town. We see animatronics run through the. We see the old animatronics go through the FNAF 2 location, the original location. See them. You see these killer animatronics. It's so fun to see. And the best part of this movie, I legit applaud when this happened. This was me, Balloon Boy, getting killed. I legit applaud in the theater when that happened. I know a lot of people didn't applaud in the theater. I was probably the only one who applauded that. Like, yes, 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 yes. Because you have no idea how much of fucking insufferable little pain that little piece of shit Balloon Boy is. I'm glad he died. I'm glad he got his head ripped off. I was so happy when he got his head ripped off. It was so much worth to see Balloon Boy's head get ripped the fuck off. You have no idea how much game hours I've put into the FNAF 2 and how many times I have died due to the fucking Balloon Boy. To fucking Balloon Boy. I have to worry about fucking Balloon Boy in FNAF 2 on night sets. You have no idea. No idea. How much fucking hours I have to put in that fucking night set because of fucking Balloon Boy. Fuck Balloon Boy. Balloon Boy can go suck my. Anyway, that's my Balloon Boy rant. I'm just glad Balloon Boy died. But the other toy animatrons, Toy Chica was pretty interesting. Always respect Megan Fox. I think this is one of her better roles for some reason. I don't know why. Because every time we see Megan Fox, it clearly tells you that she can't act. For some reason, this is the time where she actually acts. And it's for an animatronic. So for some reason, she finally put on her acting shoes and learned how to act. Okay. Isn't that the only other time that she learned that she actually knew how to act was like in the Transformers movies? But besides that, she doesn't really know how to act. Besides the Transformers movies, like Transformers 2007 and Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, she doesn't really know how to act. Yeah, she doesn't know how to act. Like, I didn't like in the microwave films, like the Michael Bay TMC movies or any other movie after that. She really did not know how to act. But besides that, I think she played her character pretty good. Do you rate Toy Chica was probably the highlight, I guess. I don't know. Many people were obsessed with Toy Chica. I wasn't one of them. Even though I do, even though in the theater I did hear some people gooning over Toy Chica, which was pretty funny. I was like, really? People were gooning. I'm not even joking when I say this. There were people actually gooning over Toy Chica when they heard her talk. Like, yes. There's actually people gooning. I wasn't even. I'm not even joking here. Anyway, moving on. Toy Chica was good. Um, I like her voice, even though she probably got the most voice lines out of the toy animatronics. And then we got Toy Freddy, voiced by I don't know who. And then Toy Bonnie, voiced by MatPat. That's not even a joke. He's actually voiced by MatPat, but they put the toy filter over him. So we can't tell that's MatPat. So there's that. We don't even know that's MatPat because the toy filter is over Toy Bonnie. Why did you do that? Why did you put a filter over Toy Bonnie so we can hear MatPat's beautiful voice? Why did you do that? Seriously, why did you do that? Was it just because MatPat started the first movie? Was the dino? Was the dino waiter? Was that the main reason that you did that? Because that? So people want to get confused about MatPat being playing Toy Bonnie? Was that the reason? Did you put the toy filter over it? I don't understand. You didn't do the same thing with Megan Fox, Toy Chica, so why did you do it with Toy Bonnie? Eh? And then we got Mango, who is there. Doesn't really do much to the story for FNAF 2. Doesn't really do much. And I really do wish that they didn't kill off Mango in the end. I wish they would have kept the bouquet and probably try to fit her back. Try to fit her. That would have been interesting. No, they just killed her off. Actually, they kill off all the toy animatronics. I wish they didn't kill off the toy animatronics in the movie. That probably a complaint I had. They could have easily done the same thing like they did. Like maybe have the toy animatronics turn on Mike Afton somehow. Yeah, Mike Afton's in the movie. Don't know how. That makes no sense. Why is Mike Afton in this movie? We don't know. We honestly don't know. Why is Mike Afton in this movie? I don't know. Why? He doesn't need to be in the movie. We just see him from one scene, and we all thought that was Jeremy Smith, and then Mike Afton just pops up, and this is bombshell. That's Mike Afton. That's legit who I thought that was Jeremy Smith, the other security guard, but no, it's Mike Afton. I'm okay. It's Mike. What is Mike doing here? He doesn't. He doesn't. Why? Makes no sense for Mike Afton to be here. Plus, in the games, wasn't Mike Afton like the hero? Wasn't he like portrayed as a good guy in the games and wanted to stop his father's undoing and actually help stop the animatronics and Springtrap? I'm pretty sure that was Mike Afton in the games. I'm pretty sure Mike Afton didn't want to. He wanted to help his brother in the games, help the Crying Child, help the animatronics, and help defeat William Afton, not what's in the actual movie, because in the movie, he's a villain. Why is he a villain? That makes I guess you don't think about it too much, because in the games, he was really the hero. No, in the movie, he's a villain. I guess if you don't think about it too much, it doesn't. You don't put your mind on it. You can put your mind at ease, I guess. I don't know. Beats me. But yeah, that's Mike Afton. That's why animatronics are just there. Also, we get the older animatronics, which are pretty. Do have the best scene in the movie with it basically being the FNAF 2 location, just with it's pretty funny. I'm surprised he didn't use the flashlight on Foxy. That would have been a nice reference if he would have used the flashlight on Foxy, just so he would. I was waiting for that, but apparently he didn't use it. It would have been cool if they would have used the flashlight on Foxy. That would have been a nice reference to the game. But no, they just decided to start off the animatronics with a code or something. With the code or code to an animatronic or code, blah blah blah, coding, whatever. And then we come, which I didn't mind. The animatronics in the movie actually do have some of the better scenes in the movie, which I actually do like the animatronics in this movie. They do have some of the better scenes in the movie. I think the human story is a little bit better from the first one because it's focusing more on Mike's sister more than Mike. Mike barely does anything until like the third act. The third midway through the second act and third act, he doesn't really do anything that much of the story. It's mostly focusing on Vanessa and Mike's sister. Mike really doesn't do that much in this movie except for move exposition and help throughout the second act and third act. The end of the second act, beginning of and the third act doesn't really do that much, which I don't mind. And then we got the least favorite part of the movie, the puppets. Now you might think, oh, you must like this unique take on the puppet because the puppet's one of your favorite animatronics, or is one of your favorite characters from FNAF. Well, even though I'm more of a Golden Freddy guy, I do like the puppet though. I will say the puppet did have like the best arcs and was the most interesting character. And you said was like the most interesting character for you. I did say in the past, like FNAF streams, that the puppet was the most interesting character for me. But in the movie, apparently the puppet, they don't bring the interesting stuff that was in the games, that was in the books, the games, particularly the games. They don't bring any of that into the movie. Apparently, it's just a puppet who possesses other people. And when you see her possess other people, you can clearly tell it does not look good. It just looks like every other demon possessing other people that you've seen in a ton of other horror movies. Just looks like that. Just looks like every other demon possessing people in every other horror movie. It just looks like that. I'm not the biggest fan of the puppet in this movie. The puppet, when you actually see the puppet design, which you see a good look of it, why didn't we see most of it? Why couldn't we see the actual puppet? I would have loved to see the puppet. Why didn't we see most of the puppet? We just saw the puppet through people's bodies. Why can't we just see most of the puppet? That would have been cool to see, like the puppet itself. And maybe the puppet actually kills its victims instead of just possessing them. That makes more sense than it just possessing them. Why would it just possess them for no apparent reason, and only to abandon them later on? I would have preferred if it just. Not a big fan of the puppet in this movie. I do really think they should have done the puppet a little bit better. It's like more to the games instead of the books. Because in the games bring the lore of the puppet. Apparently, the puppet was killed by one of them. And the games, the puppet was trying to help the security guard. Was trying to help the security guard and warn him about going after him and tell him about what happened. I would have loved to see that in format. But no, we got puppet possessing people. That was probably my major news, and probably what brought down the score from a 4.5 to from like a 5 star to like 4. But overall, I still enjoyed the movie. Don't get me wrong; it's a good movie, but it's could have done. It could have been done better. But overall, what I think of both of these movies, I do really enjoy them. I don't understand the hate that these movies get. Like apparently, the on Rotten Tomatoes, it got 16% on Rotten Tomatoes to its critical score. Meanwhile, the audience score is way higher. I think it's like an 86. I don't like the critical score. Rotten Tomatoes makes no sense for me. I think the critical score is stupid. To basically sum up that Bully and Mandy mean, you do not understand. Why do we have to be watching such garbage bullshit? Why do we have to be watching this garbage? You do not understand the complexity of this composite masterpiece. You're not. This is not garbage. You're stupid, or something like that. You know the line, the freaking Bully and Mandy meme. Oh my god, I haven't seen Billy Mandy in a long time. Let me watch it again. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this FNAF movie 2 review. Uh, this will probably release sometime. I'll probably release this on Christmas. Who I'm kidding. I'll probably release this sometime today. Anyway, this is Anna sign off, and this will probably be the last video of the year. I don't really have that much planned for the rest of the year besides like a short dedicated to the new year. Besides that, besides a short dedicated to the new year, besides that, maybe don't have that much planned. And a couple 49ers shorts, like I think like 2 more 49ers shorts for the main year, maybe the December games. Besides that, not really that much planned. I really don't have that much planned for the remainder of the year. I'm just gonna take it easy for the remainder of the year. I already have videos set up for premieres, so not much really planned. I'll probably start January with the Bandmate review, the new Bandmate album reactions, and then I'll probably do what I've been thinking of doing. Just popped up, probably some FNAF reactions, probably some FNAF song reactions. I'll probably react to some of the FNAF songs. That'd be interesting. React to some older FNAF songs we haven't heard in a while, like Nate Wants a Battle, from Nate's Wants a Battle, and DAA games, and Living Tombstone, if they allow it. But with that said, it's hours off. And remember, stay big, FNAF fans. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, see you in the next one. Bye bye. I need to work on that line.